Hey, what's up guys? Zach here and welcome back to VGL. So it seems like today we just got some news in regards to Resident Evil 9, and it's looking like the game could actually be announced very soon. So yeah, that's what we're going to cover today. As well, I kind of wanted to talk about the new Resident Evil movie as well as its budget. So if you're excited for this video, drop a like, and now let's break it down. So this info comes from a very reliable leaker known as Dust Golem, and he basically tweeted this out. I have some good news / rumors to deliver on Resident Evil 9. The possible delay I had heard murmurs about can be pushed aside. Resident Evil 9 should be revealed pretty soon and released next year. If what I heard previously holds true, it should be in January. It'll have 7 years in development. He then tweets out something else that said January 2025. I hadn't heard now. It's just been a date I've heard previously. They're probably still aiming for it, but you never know in game development. I won't leak any other details of the game. I'll just let Capcom do their thing and let them surprise people. And then a subtweet under that, he said, just let me explain something. Resident Evil 9 started early development in early 2018. Resident Evil Village has started development as RE8, then became a spin-off title, then ultimately became RE8 again. This game became RE9 ultimately, and yes, RE8 and RE9 were in development at the same time, just like most Resident Evil games. So it's usually greenlit in batches and planned out a few years apart. That's just to keep the series near annual. I do remember a few years back that multiple Resident Evil games were actually in development at the same time. So now whether this leak actually stands true, that's just something that we're gonna have to wait for, but definitely some awesome information. It's glad to know that the Resident Evil franchise has something in the works and they're cooking something up in the back end. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see when the announcement for RE9 is actually going to happen. If the game's actually going to come out in 2025, that would be quite amazing. But now really quick, I wanted to pivot over to the Resident Evil movie that's in the works. If I'm talking about RE9, there's no reason not to cover the movie in this same video. So first, I'm going to read off of this Reddit post from Gaming Leaks and Rumors, and it basically reads this. The latest scoop from the industry suggests that the work on the new Resident Evil movie has commenced. Our trusted source tells us that the script of the latest movie is almost ready, and Screen Gems will commence with the casting work and the filming very soon. Screen Gems has had a higher budget for this movie compared to the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, which was $25 million. Screen Gems plans to finance the movie alongside with distribution, so expect much more from this sequel. And then he drops an article link that's crediting this source from Insider Fandom, where they basically did an article breaking down the new Resident Evil movie, talking about the development as well as the huge budget that this new movie will have. I'm not going to read the full article in this video. I will drop a link in the description that you guys can read it if you want to read it, but I will touch base on some of the topics that were actually covered in this article. So the first snippet that I wanted to read to you guys was, traditionally unfazed by criticism, the creators of the Resident Evil film series appear to be taking a different approach this time, aiming to address previous shortcomings more effectively. Despite Raccoon City receiving a modest 5.5 rating on IMDb, the filmmakers are reportedly aiming for a production scale akin to Afterlife. However, internal discussions at Sony suggest a meticulously approach to its budget planning, with a huge focus on ensuring the script's integrity amidst the financial deliberations. It goes on by saying that our sources tell us that Sony is holding frequent meetings about setting the right budget for this next movie. We hope the script doesn't take a back seat while they plan their finances. As for the storyline of the upcoming installment, details remain shrouded in secrecy. Speculation abounds regarding whether the film will serve as a reboot or continue the narrative from Welcome to Raccoon City. So kind of wrapping completely back around, it does seem like this new Resident Evil movie will have a huge budget, and the production value that they're going to be putting into this movie is going to be insane. So we're just going to have to wait and see how everything turns out. Definitely very exciting news when it comes to the future of the Resident Evil franchise, with this new movie and the possibility of Resident Evil 9 being announced this year and releasing in 2025. A lot of good stuff for the future. But that's going to wrap it up with today's video, guys. Very quick video. Let me know in the comment section if you're excited for the reveal of Resident Evil 9. Do you think it's going to be announced this year? Do you think the game's going to come out in 2025? What are your thoughts on the new Resident Evil movie having a higher budget? I think that's going to be great for the production value. Be sure to let me know below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This has been Zach with VGL. I'll catch you in the next one.